How to increase your focus in a distracted world. How to increase your attention span. Over the past 4 years, our attention spans have declined more than at any other point in modern history. If you've ever felt like it's harder to focus, harder to sit still, or harder to finish things without grabbing your phone, you're not imagining it. The way we consume entertainment has fundamentally changed. Platforms like TikTok, YouTube Shorts, and Instagram Reels are built to deliver fast, highly stimulating content in short bursts. Every swipe gives your brain something new, exciting, and rewarding. While this kind of content isn't inherently bad, constant exposure to it trains your brain to expect stimulation instantly. As a result, anything that requires sustained focus starts to feel boring, overwhelming, or mentally exhausting. The problem isn't that short-form content exists. The problem is that for many people, it has become the default form of stimulation. When your brain is used to new dopamine hits every few seconds, focusing on a single task for more than a few minutes feels uncomfortable. You may notice yourself switching tabs constantly, checking your phone while watching a video, or feeling restless when things slow down. In this video, I'm not going to tell you to completely eliminate entertainment or lock your phone away forever. Instead, I'm going to walk you through 6 realistic and effective ways to increase your attention span and retrain your brain to focus for longer periods of time. And honestly, if you're struggling to even watch this video all the way through, then this is probably exactly what you need. The first and most underrated habit for improving attention span is journaling. Most people walk around with a constant stream of thoughts running through their minds. Worries, ideas, reminders, regrets, and plans all pile up throughout the day. When your mind is cluttered like that, it naturally looks for an escape. That escape usually comes in the form of your phone. Scrolling becomes a way to avoid sitting with your own thoughts. Journaling interrupts that cycle. When you write things down, you're taking what's in your head and placing it somewhere else. You're creating mental space. Writing forces you to slow down and focus on one thing at a time, which is exactly what your attention span needs. Journaling doesn't have to be complicated or poetic. You don't need to write pages and pages or have some deep insight every day. The simple act of sitting down and writing for 5 to 10 minutes is enough. You can write whatever comes to mind, or you can respond to prompts if that makes it easier. The key is consistency. When you journal regularly, you train yourself to sit with your thoughts instead of running from them. Over time, this reduces overthinking, lowers mental noise, and improves your ability to concentrate. It also makes it easier to focus on other tasks because your mind isn't constantly pulling you in different directions. The second way to increase your attention span is to change how you consume entertainment. This doesn't mean cutting entertainment out of your life. It means choosing forms of entertainment that encourage longer focus. Short-form content trains your brain to expect quick rewards, constant novelty, and rapid stimulation. When you replace some of that with longer-form content like movies, documentaries, or podcasts, you're teaching your brain to stay engaged with one idea for an extended period of time. This is important because your brain adapts to what you repeatedly ask it to do. Watching a full movie or listening to a long podcast requires sustained attention, even if the content is enjoyable. The good news is that this doesn't have to be boring. You can choose topics, genres, or stories that genuinely interest you, whether it's podcasts about creativity, business, history, or personal growth, or movies based on true stories. The goal is to practice staying focused. Over time, this makes it easier to concentrate on work, conversations, and personal projects without feeling restless or distracted. The third strategy is doing steady-state activities. A steady-state activity is something you do continuously for a longer period of time without frequent stops or changes. Examples include walking, running, cycling, swimming, hiking, or even playing a game like chess. These activities are powerful because they require your full attention in a natural way. When you're running, you're focused on your breathing, your pace, and your surroundings. When you're swimming, you're focused on rhythm and movement. There's no room for constant distraction. What's interesting is how uncomfortable this can feel at first. Many people can't even complete a workout without checking their phone between sets. That discomfort is a sign that your brain is craving stimulation. Steady-state activities gently force your mind to slow down and stay present. Over time, this strengthens your ability to focus for longer periods without needing external stimulation. As a bonus, these activities also improve physical health, which directly supports better mental performance and attention. The fourth way to increase your attention span is to limit stimulation and learn to enjoy simpler things. We live in a world overflowing with stimulation. Notifications, ads, music, videos, and endless content are always competing for your attention. When your brain is constantly overstimulated, it becomes dependent on that level of input. The moment things go quiet, your mind looks for something to fill the gap. That's when distraction kicks in. One way to reset this is through a dopamine detox, where you temporarily remove high stimulation activities like social media, junk food, and constant entertainment. This can be effective, especially if you feel heavily addicted to stimulation. However, you don't need to go to extremes to see improvement. Simply reducing how often you engage with stimulating content and replacing it with calmer activities can make a huge difference. Reading, writing, walking in nature, or even doing household chores without music or a podcast can help retrain your brain to be comfortable with stillness. Learning to enjoy minimal activities is a skill. At first, it may feel boring or uncomfortable, but that discomfort fades. As it does, your ability to focus improves. You become less reactive, less impulsive, and more present. Tasks that once felt unbearable become manageable, and your attention span gradually increases. The fifth method is setting screen time limits. This is one of the most practical and immediate changes you can make. Most phones allow you to see how much time you spend on specific apps each day. For many people, the number is shocking. If you notice that you're spending hours on one app, setting a daily limit can create a healthy boundary. When the limit is reached, the app locks, forcing you to choose something else to do. This isn't about punishment, it's about awareness and intentionality. When mindless scrolling is no longer an option, you naturally redirect your attention toward more meaningful activities. Over time, this reduces dependence on constant stimulation and strengthens your ability to focus on tasks that matter. The sixth and final way to increase your attention span is meditation. If you want to build muscle, you train your body. If you want to improve focus, you train your mind. Meditation is essentially strength training for your attention. The practice is simple. You sit still, close your eyes, and focus on your breathing. Your mind will wander, and that's normal. When it does, you gently bring your attention back to your breath. That act of noticing distraction and returning your focus is the workout. Each time you do it, you're building control over your attention. Over time, meditation makes you more present, calmer, and more focused in everyday life. You become less controlled by passing thoughts and more intentional with your attention. Even 5 to 10 minutes a day can make a noticeable difference. Increasing your attention span isn't about becoming perfect or eliminating distractions entirely. It's about building habits that support focus instead of constantly working against it. In a world designed to fragment your attention, learning how to concentrate is a powerful skill. And the good news is that it's something you can train step by step. If you made it to the end of this video, congratulations. That alone suggests your attention span is already improving. If you found this helpful, leave a comment below and share which habit you're going to try first. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.